Hi, I'm Lindsay Burke and I'm the founder of Lift Children Family, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your personal goals when you're setting up your goals for yourself. Especially being that it is the new year, we definitely want to make sure that your goals are setting you up for success, and we want to make sure they're actually fulfilling your needs and your internal needs, and you're really taking care of yourself. You're not setting up goals that you think others are going to like. You're setting up goals that are going to make you feel better and more whole as a person. Before we start talking about your personal spending and essentially how you're going to set up your financial goals for yourself, I want to make sure that you've hit those other steps that are more important first. And if you haven't, I want you to check out my other videos about this. So first, do you have an emergency fund set up? It could be anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. It really just depends on what you would need in case there was an emergency and what you wouldn't be able to cover. So would that be able to cover your deductibles if you were in an accident? Something like that. So first, I want to make sure your emergency fund is set up. Second of all, before we even begin to address spending on personal matters and your personal goals and personal spending in your lifestyle, have you paid off your debt? Have you paid down your credit cards? Have you paid down any student loans? Have you paid off that car? And how are you looking as far as your mortgage or your rent goes? So I want to make sure those two things are already taken care of. And the last thing, and this is so important, and it's the one thing that we often sacrifice, especially those under 45, 50, often sacrifice and put it away for a later date until it's too late and becomes a problem, is your Roth IRA. Have you got any kind of retirement plan set up for yourself, either through work or personally through a Roth IRA or some kind of investment? Are you putting away at least $5,000 a year into savings for the future, and essentially making sure that you will be taken care of after you're past that age where you're able to work and bring in an income? So I want to make sure you have those three things taken care of before we even get into topics today. Emergency fund, pay down debt, and you've got your Roth IRA. You've got all of that set up, and then we can talk about personal spending. So when I break down how my spending is going to look when it comes to my personal goals and my lifestyle, I break it down into 4 categories. And I think it's so important that we break it into these 4 categories because we're staying true to who we are and we're not comparing ourselves to other people's lifestyles. So the first thing that I want to consider are my personal goals, my growth. How am I investing in my growth as a human being and my lifestyle, and how am I investing to make my life a better life to live in? This may be going back to school, you're investing in your education, reading books, taking a couple of classes on going vegetarian or going vegan. This may be investing in a personal trainer that you are doing all these wonderful things, but one thing that's really holding you back is your health and your fitness. And if you're able to increase that, your quality of life would also improve drastically, or it would create more opportunities for you. Invest in the dance classes. You always wanted to dance, you love to dance, but you never really gave yourself the opportunity to learn that skill. But if you develop that skill, your quality of life would improve. The second piece that I like to focus on are contribution goals. So first we focus on growth. I have to take care of me before I can take care of anyone else. I want that to be number 2, and the reason is our self-worth and our self-esteem is built through what we have to offer others. So if we put all this work into, for example, becoming really healthy and very fit, and then we're not using that experience and that knowledge and that energy to support others in their own growth in that arena, then what's the whole point of it all? The third thing is experiences. That oftentimes we immediately go to purchasing stuff instead of experiences. That if I have this thing, if I have this car, if I have this house, if I have these nice clothes, that's going to be what makes me feel better. And we've often found that the anticipation of those things is what actually gives us that excitement. But as soon as we have it, can we honestly say that our quality of life has gone up? Some may say yes, but for the most part, research has found that the quality of life still feels the same when we have stuff. When we truly feel an increase in quality of life is when we are changing our experiences and we're having experiences that are more true to ourselves and true to our interests. And so the third goal for how we can be spending our finances this year is experiences. What is it that you've always wanted to do? The last goal, because it's absolutely necessary, is still stuff. But the reality is, some things can actually improve our quality of life. If we've had a car that breaks down on us almost every day when we're going to work, having a new car is significantly going to reduce our stress and improve our quality of life. So I want you to take a moment to think about and make a list for yourself some of your goals in each of those 4 areas. Literally write them down and number them from number 1, the most due before I die. This is so important to me and I want to do it right away, to the least important. I want you to start knocking off those one at a time. So instead of you thinking, I have all of these goals and I'm overwhelmed and feeling like a deer in headlights and then not doing any of it, pick one thing, your most important, most dire goal before I die. This is so important to me to be able to say that I've done this, or that I've had this, or that I've met this goal. And I want you to look at that number 1 goal in each of those 4 categories. Then out of those 4 goals, I want you to pick the one that's most important to you. And I want you to knock that out in the next month. You got it? Thanks so much for watching. I'm Lindsay Burke. Please check out my website at LIFTchildandfamily.com. Feel free to email me if you have any questions or concerns or comments. I love the feedback, good, bad, and ugly. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys next time. Have a good rest of the week.